Was it just a couple of things that weren't working, or is it just a whole laundry list of things that weren't working for you guys defensively?
I think one of the biggest things, especially in the first half, that I don't think that we handled really well was the tempo. I think a lot of times we weren't able to set up. Guys were running around, and I felt like we kind of just looked a little lost as a defense in the first half. I think second half we played good third quarter football, and fourth quarter came and a little bit of the same thing, tempo. They got a long run right up the middle of our defense. So it was really the tempo and us not being able to line up and getting our cleats in the ground and be able to play.
Is that why it appeared from our perch that you guys looked like you weren't as a little bit more confused in pre-snap than you had been any time this year?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think we looked a lot confused. From my view, it felt like we looked like we didn't know what we were doing defensively because we just couldn't line up. We couldn't get set, and they were able to make plays and kind of bounce off of that.
How well prepared were you, do you think, for that tempo? Like, how much of an emphasis was it in meetings and practice and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely talked about it. I just don't think we handled it well today.
Did it feel a little bit anytime like the App State game last year in that second and fourth quarter?
No, I wouldn't say it felt like the App State game. It did kind of honestly have a little bit of a feel of last year. Defense giving up a lot of points, not being prepared and looking confused at times. I wouldn't, specify it just to the App State game. But we're going to go back, we're going to look at film, and we're going to figure this out. We're going to get this together. We are not going to end this season like we did last year. We are not doing that, and I can promise that.
I'm going to ask you what I asked Drake. I also asked Mac as well. 2 weeks ago, you guys are coming off that win over Miami. You had that very physical third quarter, especially defensively. Are you surprised or stunned that you guys are sitting here in this spot 2 weeks later with these two performances?
I think nobody on this team really expected us to lose one game, let alone two, back-to-back in this fashion. But it is what it is. We got to bounce back. We got to find a way to figure this out so we can move forward and still have everything ahead of us for us. So we just need to figure this out.
Cedric, have you lost some confidence in you guys on defense?
Never. I never lose confidence in my guys. These are guys I go to war with, I train with, I battle with every day. I seen the work that they put in, and I don't lose no confidence in them. We just got to keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? Everybody made mistakes today defensively, myself included. So I never lose confidence in my guys. I wouldn't go to war with anybody else.
Those first three drives, you turn them over on fourth down and held to 0 points. Did they change anything up besides the tempo, maybe schematically, that you guys struggled with moving from that point?
Yeah, they definitely changed up a little bit schematically. I think they kind of came out. It wasn't much tempo. Trying to throw the ball, I think we kind of stopped that. And then once they kind of got into a tempo game, quick game, quick bubble routes, quick hitch routes to just kind of, get themselves going. And I think that was kind of the difference in the shift that was into the game.
You guys good?
What do you take from a loss like this to help propel you through the rest of the season?
You just learn. You got to learn from it. You got to sit down, watch the film, see what you did wrong, see what adjustments we make so the things that happened today don't happen again. And furthermore, looking at our next opponent and seeing what are the things that they're successful at or what they do and figure out a way to stop it.
Cedric, what do you make of the inability to be able to hold these leads? You guys were up 10 in the second half against UVA. You're up 35-24 tonight, 42-32. Like, what do you make of that? And I guess that's a sign of not winning football when you can't hold them to those leads.
It is what it is. We got to figure it out. I don't have any doubt in my mind about my brothers or my teammates of what we can and cannot do. We just got to figure it out.
All righty. Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you, Cedric.